So we've talked about the process of tired muscles being kept in that same position and losing that backing with gravity, going through a process of tired to aching, aching to soreness, soreness to trigger points in them, like those little gnarly knots in the muscles, to a pain complex, to then further down the line we call that an injury. So that's a long process, and one of the things that you can do to intercede in that process and help the muscles to flush out some of that fatigue, get rid of some of that soreness and get rid of some of those trigger points, is self-massage. So these are real easy techniques, easy things that you can use that where you essentially use gravity or a bit of pressure with something against the skin to really get into the muscle and spice it up a little bit and flush it through and just work into the fibres and get the fibres to start breaking the adhesions that they've got in there. So this is some great stuff going on, and the really easy tools to use. So this is a foam roller. You can get a foam roller from Amazon for about a tenner, so they're not much. And whilst you're waiting for your foam roller to come, a 2 litre bottle of water will do. And you want it full to the top with water, and you can use it because it's about that long, and you just use that water, just roll up like I'm going to demonstrate this. This is the one I'm going to start with. This is a medicine ball. This gets a lot of action in my studio. Now the fact that it's a medicine ball makes no difference really, and what I get my clients to use is those little plastic footballs that young kids get, about 3-year-old kids get, and you get them for about 99p from the supermarkets. And they're just as good, they're absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you that one first. Here we've got a couple of tennis balls which are great to get into sort of localized areas like the front of the neck and just generally apply a little bit of gentle pressure. And because you're using a tennis ball which is round, and this is a hockey ball which is a bit harder to get into some of the the deeper tissue and give that a good workout, because the tennis ball is a bit softer. There's a lot in this about you going at your own intensity, and I just tape those two together so that I can get, like if I want to lie on my back on that, I can run that either side of my spine, run myself up and down that and really massage the tissue either side of my spine. So in terms of the intensity that you want to go at, this works best when it's not very comfortable to do it, this whole process of self-massage. Because what it means is then you're targeting an area that really needs targeting. And like I say, it's not very comfortable. So a good watchword for this about the discomfort is, if it's so painful that it takes your breath away, that's too hard. You want to be able to breathe as you're doing this, and you may find when you get into it that you find some gnarly bits where actually sometimes that's quite difficult. The benefit absolutely comes, the good feeling absolutely comes when you stop, because it's sometimes not desperately comfortable to do it, but it is a really effective tool. So what I'm going to show you first off, we spend so long sitting on our chairs, working on our laptops, hunched over. It's really good to be able to get back and extend. So with the medicine ball, what I get my clients to do is just sit with it kind of somewhere from around bra strap up towards the back of the neck, and then you can just lean back on it, and that in itself is quite hard work for some people. Oh, I can feel a bit of a pop. If you feel pops, and you can roll yourself up and down on it, if you feel a pop going in on your spine, that's not necessarily a bad thing, that's just a release of tension. What I would say for an exercise like this, if you know you have a degenerative vertebral condition, please don't do this. If you're 75 years old and you've got wicked osteoporosis, don't do this exercise. It will not be good for you. But for most other people with a relatively healthy back, give it a go. And what you can also do with this, oh, that's great, is you can do it up against the wall, and then you're not using your whole body weight to press in. So this is just about working up, reach the shoulder up, work into the other shoulder, really working some of that muscle out. And you want to do 2 to 5 minutes at a time on this. So second piece of equipment we're going to use is the foam roller. You can get some real flash ones of these, but like I say, a 2 litre bottle of water will do if you need to. And what we're going to do is just work everywhere kind of from the waist down. So we really want to loosen off the spine first, then we're going to get into the waist down. So we're going to get onto the quads. So, gentlemen, just be careful when you do this. You want to make sure you're not getting anything trapped. And all you're going to do here is just roll up and down until you find, oh, there's a good tight bit and a gnarly bit, and you're just going to work into it gently. So again, if it's so painful it takes your breath away, that is too hard. You want to ease off, stay in a slightly more comfortable zone and work on that for a week or two before you get up. So you can work on the quads 2 to 3 minutes on each one. We can come into the IT band down the side of the leg. That's somewhere that will store a lot of tension. And as you can see, I'm getting quite a good stretch in my upper body by doing this. I'm working up to there. Okay, there's a bit of a gnarly bit. I can come across and I can do my hamstrings. And if I don't feel a lot of pressure there, what I might do is put one foot on top of the other, so I just dial up the pressure on that hamstring. Oh yeah, there's found a bit. So we just work through that, and come right back, work on the calves. And again, if there's not a lot of pressure, one leg over the other, turn the toe out a bit. Oh, there's one. Ooh, a doozy. Come the other way. And of course, I can flip over and do my other leg. What I'm going to show you now is my hockey ball. So we'll often pick up tension, develop tension around the neck and the shoulders, and using the hockey ball on a wall is a great way of working into that. So hockey ball kind of goes against the wall or the door, and you're going to fix it in the muscle between the spine and the shoulder blade. So the hockey ball's there. Okay, and I'm just gonna, oh baby, ooh, work up and down. And if I find knots and gnarly bits and trigger points in there, I'm just going to give them a good work through. Just move my hockey ball a bit because it slipped. Oh, and that's great. Like I say, it's one of those quite satisfying pains whilst you do it. And I'll move on to the other side. But it feels fantastic when you finish. And then when you do this regularly, like daily, it's a great thing to do at the end of the day to get the tension out of your back and shoulders. Help you sleep well as well, because it stimulates the recovery pathways in your body. You know how you've never felt like getting into a fight after you finish a massage? Yeah, so you finish a massage and you feel nicely relaxed and you can go to sleep after that. Oh, now, there's all kinds of areas of your body that you can work into with these techniques. But people who do a lot of work with their hands, one really good thing to do, if I can just get you to bring the camera over here a little bit, is if I put my forearm on a bench or a desk or something like that, if I've been doing a lot of work with my hands during the day, particularly people typing with carpal tunnel syndrome, get your medicine ball, get your hockey ball, stick it straight away. Stick it in there, give it a good roll around until you find something that's a bit gnarly, roll on it and loosen it off. Work around the side of the forearm, go across. Oh, there's a good one. And you can forearm on the other way, get into the back of the muscles up here, because the muscles in the forearm do most of the work in the hand. If you watch the forearm contracting as I pump my hand like that. And of course, get somebody else to massage you. That's a lot of fun too. So, few simple tips on self-massage, things that you can do at home that will really lift the body up and lighten it, get a lot of that waste material that builds up in the muscle, work through the system, and back out into the lymphatic system and worked out of your body. It's a great thing to do before bed. Really helps you switch off and sleep well and wake up feeling much more refreshed the following morning.